Hello, everyone. In today's episode, I want to talk about the power of your mind because I've come to understand that the difference between success and failure, the difference between I can do, I cannot do, the difference between survivor and living, it's or lies in the power or in the ability of anyone to use his or her mind, because your mind is powerful, and it's a center of divine operations. Before I get in there, I would just want to say I read a book that says, let this mind be in you that was in Christ. And it went on to say as well that who has known the mind of the divine that he may instruct him? But we know, because we have the mind of Christ. Why? Because we are created in the image and likeness of the divine. So we are all divine beings. So, and because we are divine beings, he went on to say, the same book I read, it says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So therefore, your mind has to be renewed if you are to be successful, if you are to be healed, if you are to obtain that desire that you have, if you are to achieve that goal in life that you have. If you are to become better, do better, and achieve better, you have to renew your mind, because that is where your power is. And the book also went further to say, said, for we have not been given the spirit of fear or lack, but we've been given the spirit of a sound mind. So you and I have a sound mind. Therefore, we need to activate, we need to put to use, we need to employ the power of our minds if we are to achieve that which we want in life. I've also come to understand in life, according to my mentor, who used to say that whatsoever the mind of a man or a woman can perceive and believe, the mind can achieve, regardless of how many off days you've had, or how many bad days you've had. It doesn't really matter. What matters is whatsoever you can perceive and believe. And therefore, this episode is about the keys to success is faith, which is trust in what you believe in. And that's the power of faith in what you believe in. Do you believe in your mind can achieve that which you've perceived? So in the same book I read, it said faith is the evidence of things hoped for, the substance of things not seen. So, and the question is, which mind I was in Christ? The mind of I can do, the mind of I and my Father are one. That is, I and the divine are one. You can separate me, from my divine being, because I'm a divine being. So therefore, I can achieve that which I have already have a divine contract to achieve. So therefore, it's only you, by your doubts and by your fears, that you cannot achieve that which you've already agreed divinely even before you were born. You get to understand that, because you see, your thought, it doesn't mean that you don't have opposite thoughts to what you believe in, because your mind, it's as fluid as anything. It's a plastic substance, and that plastic substance is connected to the universal mind, to the divine mind. Therefore, whatsoever that is being impressed upon that mind, upon your mind, the universe or the divine or the infinite has no objection but to deliver to you that which you've impressed upon it, because that is your power. And because I also read the book that says, it said, choose ye these days whom you may serve. Do you want to serve fear, or do you want to serve success? That you may have, your ways may be prosperous, and you may have plenty for yourself and your family. So therefore, it is true that 2020 has been a difficult year. There's every reason to be fearful. There's every reason not to be hopeful. But those that will survive it are those that will have the mind of Christ, are those that can activate the power of their mind. Because even this year, there has been a very difficult year, health wise, social wise, and economic wise. Dow Jones and the US has averaged 300 points. Its highest point, which means the richer are getting richer. It means those that have been able to activate their mind, in certain direction, has been able to acquire success and attain greater heights. So therefore, it is time for us to begin to put into use the power of our mind. What do you see? What do you see? Do you see yourself, or do you see what you're doing right now? Do you see yourself a success, or do you see yourself a failure? Do you see yourself healed, or do you see yourself sick? Do you see yourself living, or do you see yourself dead? Do you see yourself, a happy man or a happy woman, or do you see yourself a miserable, sad man or woman? What do you see? Because we have this enormous power. It's one of the reasons the book said that as a man or a woman thinks, so he or she is. As a man or a woman employs the power of his or her mind, so he is. Because you cannot get more than what you put in. You see, the divine can provide the food, but he ain't going to cook the dinner for you. You must step up and use the power which he has given to you, and that is your birthright, which is your mind, the power of your mind. Because as divine beings, we creating every day. We are creating every day. Look around you. Look at yourself from your head to your toe. The clothes you're wearing, the house you live in, the car you're driving, the coffee you're drinking, the food you're eating, the television you're watching, the mobile phone you're using. Look around you. Everything around you was created by somebody, because we've been given that power to create, because we are all divine beings. So the question is, what are you creating? What are you creating? Because I also read a book that says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak. Because it's your words that creates. Because once you've spoken it out to the universe, it never comes back to you void. Do you speak health? Do you speak riches? Do you speak love? Do you speak friendship? Do you speak empathy? Do you speak grace? Do you speak humility? Do you speak intelligence? Do you speak creativity? Do you speak power? Do you speak health? What do you speak? Because that which you've spoken will come back to you. Because I also read a book, that says what we sow is what we reap. Because life is about sowing and reaping. It's a law that cannot be broken. It's just like the law of gravity. If you climb 50-story building and think you can jump off the cliff and survive, God bless your soul if you land on the floor and still be alive. Because why? You've broken the law of gravity. So, and that law that which you've broken will punish you. So therefore, if most of us are struggling in business and stuff like that because of we've broken certain divine laws and rules and stuff like that. You cannot be desiring wealth and riches or whatever and wishing somebody else a downfall or wishing somebody else a poverty. You cannot be desiring happiness and wishing somebody else sadness and pains and whatever. It doesn't go that way, because that which you sow will come back to you. You reap that for sure. Therefore, what I'm trying to say here is let us use our mind, because if we can use our mind rightly, we can achieve whatever it is we've set our mind to achieve, or whatever we desire, or whatever we want to achieve. We can achieve it, and you can achieve it. I can achieve it. Your mind is your greatest asset you could ever have or possess, because your mind is so powerful that whatsoever you direct it towards, whatsoever you get magnetized to, whatever idea, whatever vision, whatever desire, whatever you want, it will get magnetized to that thing, it will come to pass. And that is why I read a book that says, whatsoever be your heart desire, when you pray, it's not only praying, but when you claim, believe that you have it, believe that it's yours and you should have it. We all want so many things, and we all desire so many things. But how is it that only few of us achieve that or obtain or attain that which they want, which they really want, which they desire. The reason being is because they're able to solidify their belief with faith, because your faith is your trust in that which you believe in, and by using the power of your mind, because your mind is a center of divine operation, like what I've read from, I find this statement so profound. Your mind is the greatest weapon or the greatest asset you may have. But the question is, do you know how to use that weapon or the asset that you have? Until you can put that asset or that weapon into use, it's useless to have it. And that asset, which is your mind, you can put into useless use, or you can put into useful use. You can direct it towards evil, or you can direct it towards good. Whichever direction you choose to use that powerful weapon, which is your mind, that is the result you will get. So I want to spend a few minutes here to really let you show you a couple of things on how to direct your mind and where that mind of yours is coming from, and how you can connect it in order for you to achieve all that which you want and which you've desired to achieve through the power of your mind. We're all divine beings, and because we are divine, we are connected to the divine source of our being. And the only way we are connected to that divine source of our being is through the power of our mind, because your mind operates divinely, because your mind is the mind of your creator, is the mind of the universe, is the mind of the infinite. So therefore, and that is why that mind it's impartial. You can direct it to whatever means you want to direct it, and that's what you will get. I read a book, and in that book there was a man called Jesus, and this man Jesus was teaching his disciple, and he said, what I can do, you can do also, if you only know how to operate, if you only know how to use your mind. What I do, you can do also. And he said, the thing that I do is not me, but what I see my Father in heaven do, that's what I do. So what I see my Father do, and what is that Father that was in him? That was his mind, the mind of I can do, because the book also said, you can say to this mountain without doubting in your heart, be thou removed and be thou cast to yonder place, and it shall be so. Have you ever had a hunch to do something? Have you ever had intuition to do something or not to do something? And what is intuition? Intuition means to be taught from within you. That within you is the power, is the divine power of your mind, to be taught from within you. That is intuition. Now, I read a book where Jesus said, all things are possible to them that believe. All things, not some, all things are possible to them that believe. So for you to achieve anything, you must believe, and you must trust the power of that belief that you have, And anyone who knows how to tap into the power of their mind can achieve whatever he or she sets his or her mind to achieve on earth. You can get it done, and you can achieve that success, that position, that business, that amount of wealth or you want, that man or woman as your wife, as your husband, that house, that car, that whatever, that plane, that yard, or whatever you want to achieve in your life, But first, the catalyst is believing in the power of your mind, believing the power that is in you, because the power is not outside you, the power is not somewhere else. And that is a mistake most people make, thinking, oh, power, I got to pray to some power elsewhere. No, the power is within you. And you got to believe in that power that is within you and unleash that power within you to achieve that which you want to achieve. Your mind is the engine in you, just like a car. and your faith is your accelerator and your brake. Then your believing is your steering wheel. Therefore, for your steering wheel for you to be able to steer, which is your belief, and for you to be able to control and able to support your believing system, you must have the engine started. So you must start the engine. You must activate the power of your mind. And how do you activate the power of your mind? Is to begin to take stock of your mind, of how it functions, to know that you're not just a person, but you're a divine being. You can create. You have the power. I have the power to create. And because we've been given our power to create, and that's why we create everything around us. And therefore, anyone that is not creating is not living. And it's as simple as that. But the question then is, if you are creating, what are you creating? Are you creating fear? Are you creating division? Or you're creating hope? You're creating love? You are creating artifacts? You are creating machineries? You are creating business processes? You are creating financial independence? You are creating wealth? You are creating knowledge? You are creating joy? You are creating peace? You are creating. The day I realized that I have the power to lead an abundant life, that was the day my life changed, because my life is not dependent of any circumstances around me, because the wind will always blow. Economic wind, social wind, political wind, health wind, like 2020, wind will always blow. The wind will always blow. But it's me that will set the sail. So you can set the sail of your life today. You can change the situation, the circumstances around your life today. Your circumstance does not depend on any man, woman, boy, girl, father, mother, brother, sister, nephews, cousin, colleague, friend, whoever, whatever. It doesn't depend on your government. It doesn't depend on any president, prime minister. It doesn't depend on any parliament or Congress. It depends on you, because that power to set the sail is within you, and that is the power of your mind. Can you activate the power of your mind? If only you can activate the power of your mind, you can realize that business goal, that business objective that you've set for yourself. You can realize whatever your mind has perceived, you can achieve it. Therefore, are you waiting for others to start up something so you can go and work as an employee, or you're waiting for others to begin to manufacture something, to use the brain to manufacture something so that you can become a consumer or become a buyer, therefore being a spectator to life, then rather than participating in life? You can activate the power of your mind today to realize that business desire, that business goal that you've set out to achieve, to realize that potential or that dream that is in you, to realize that divine contract that you have with the divine to fulfill here on earth, because no one else is going to do that or fulfill that or run in that lane which is yours to run. While we all have very good reasons to blame COVID-19 or coronavirus for 2020, to blame our governments, to blame whoever and whatever, in spite of all that has happened in 2020, we all are still here. Human race hasn't been wiped out. We're still here, and we will continue to be here. So therefore, it is time to unleash the power that is within us, because nothing can erase, nothing can obliterate, nothing can wipe away human race on this surface of this earth, because we as people, we are gods, and that's what we can create. We are all divine beings, and you and I, and as divine beings, we are connected to the universal or divine mind. And that is why nothing you ever believe to do that is backed up by faith can ever fail. It's impossible. Try it and you see that it works. I read a story some time ago, and the story said in the book that there were at the point some people came together to build a tower in which the top would touch the heavens. And it was recorded that the divine mind, which is the super conscious mind, which is the mind of God, which is God, came down to see the tower that that man began to build, and he said to them, since you've began to do this, nothing that you ever imagined to do shall be impossible. Nothing shall be impossible that you imagine to do, because your mind is connected to the divine mind. So the plastic substance that is always in motion in you, and that is what is called thoughts, because it's forever fluid. It's a plastic substance. It's waiting for you to give it a specific direction, because that's the only way it can take form. Therefore, what are your thoughts? What are you thinking? Which is coming from your mind and backed up by belief.